Full day of my life on a Catholic pilgrimage in San Giovanni. I started off the morning with my glute rehab as well as my morning push-ups as usual, and headed down to the little buffet breakfast where I got a rake load of eggs with ham, cheese and sourdough bread, a little cafe d'orzo which was not very nice, just tastes like coffee, I hate coffee, as well as a bowl of prunes and prune juice, this will keep you regular, and headed off up the hill beside San Padre Pio's convent where we climbed the big steps and then the Stations of the Cross on the way. I must admit the guilt of sleeping in on Tuesday not doing the assault bike. Never thought I'd admit that I missed it. However, I have the consolation in knowing that the blessings I received this week will be worth far more than any single training session could be in the long run. Also, these steps at the high altitude were not to be sniffed at. A little souvenir shop and then had some mandatory electrolytes to replace my sweat before lunch. Possibly the nicest lasagna I've ever had as first plate. Mains was steak with lettuce and potatoes. And for dessert we had cherry ice cream, which is actually a lot nicer than you think. I admired the views of San Giovanni as I waited for the bus. Headed off on a 40-minute bus journey to St. Michael's Cave. The bus was roasting, I was sweating. Thank God I had my all-in jocks on. Nice views up the top of this mountain as well. My ears were popping on the way up. Went down the cave to see the little church down there where St. Michael appeared. We got holy hour before mass, then spent a couple hours free time wandering around the little village. Grabbed a little pistachio pastry which looked lovely. Disappointed. It was just pure flavourless and dry. Didn't even finish the thing. Bang average. After the bus home, we just lounged around the village square, St. Padre Pio Hospital in the background there, and grabbed a little shot of ginseng drink. This is close thing to chai latte and it's quite nice. For dinner we had a vegetable risotto. This thing went down an absolute treat. It was lovely. Mains was chicken leg with potatoes and spinach. Then for dessert we had this kind of custardy yogurt thing. Looked like creme brulee. I don't really know what it was. It was alright, nothing to write home about. I then walked backwards up this hill for an evening stroll, strengthened and bulletproof the knees to St. Padre Pio's Basilica, where I sat and recorded this voiceover. I'll go home to bed in a minute. That's a day in my life.